Hey guys, it's Pete from Pete for Anxiety here, the mental health podcast, breaking the stigma that mental health is talked about again. Welcome in today's episode. Before we get started today, we need to cover a few things really quick. Let's talk about the Pete for Anxiety Patreon first off. It's only $1, guys. $1. What does $1 get you? $1 gets you into the exclusive episodes I am recording currently. I'm actually focusing on certain different diagnoses of things to show you guys what it actually looks like as it manifests in a person. So why not for $1, judges? Yeah, they said $1. I just checked with them too. See, they said it was okay. It was $1 anyways. Let's also talk about the Oracle Talk Radio Networks app. In case you can't be here live listening to me, watching this video, supporting the show, you can listen to it on the radio app. Why not? It connects us live to our 365 radio. Just go to your app stores and download the Oracle Talk Radio Network. You'll see the big old Oracle Talk Radio Network app logo right on there. Download it, and it'll connect you to me, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, to Pete for Anxiety when I'm live doing my thing right here, informing the world and raising mental health awareness. So where are you going to be? 10 a.m. Of course. Come on. We just talked about this. Pay attention for once. Damn. Do y'all know how to listen? And as always, guys, like, follow, and share the YouTube channel. If you guys like what you're seeing, leave some comments, man. We want to know. I want to know if you like what you're on. You want to be on the show? Let me know. Hit me up at PeteVersusAnxietyPod@gmail.com. And as always, guys, enjoy the show. And by the way, did I mention to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well? Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure because some of y'all are hard of hearing in the back, may have to yell loud or get a megaphone or something. But, anyways, let's get today's show started. Y'all have a great one. Enjoy. Hello and welcome into another exciting episode of Pete vs. Anxiety, the mental health podcast, breaking the stigma that mental health is talked about enough. My guest has not arrived yet today. I'm not sure if they're running late or what is going on. But anyways, here I am live. It's 10 a.m. It's Monday. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all you Irish ones out there or whatever. I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so excited to reveal something to you all. In case you all haven't noticed and you're watching from somewhere else, I have something to show you all. Are you ready for it? The brand new Pete vs. Anxiety logo is going to be premiered right now live on this show. In case you're watching this, here we go. There you go. How about that, guys? How about that? That was actually gifted to me by one of the sponsors of the show. I have a whole new setup coming as well. So, we're working on the logistics side of everything else. So I apologize. I'm still waiting on my guest to arrive. But anyways, I figured I'd give you a quick update of how everything's been going so far, guys. Where's the bestie? Hey, Pete, what's going on? What's going on? Not too much. We're just waiting on the guest to arrive. I figured I'd just start running the show now as always, We got to be on time. I got things to do, places to be. Anyways, guys, but the brand new logo is here now. I am working on some merch now. It's coming down the line, everything else like that. There's actually another big surprise that's coming to the sponsor of the show has decided to give me a whole new setup. So the backdrop you see will be changing soon enough. It'll be here soon enough. And once I get all that all figured out, we'll get it all handled. All that great stuff like that. But anyways, guys, just letting you all know that we will be live all week, 9 a.m. definitely for sure. I didn't plan for the episode to go like this, so I do apologize for the little lack of unpreparedness here. I was expecting my guests to be here, but they're not here, but that's okay. The show must go on anyways, guys. It's all right. We'll do a little catch-up here of what we're up to. This week's lineup is, let me pull it up for y'all. Apologize, guys. We have Brandon Taylor and Dale Walsh tomorrow on the show. Then we have for Wednesday, Amita Ghosh and Chris Rice will be there as well. And then we have James Rojos Taylor this week coming up, guys. And these are all at 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. Now, Tuesday will not be live at 11 a.m. because of the programming. Someone else is already scheduled to be there. So, unfortunately, that episode will not be live. And that would be... Actually, no. Oh, no, sorry. Amita Ghosh, she will not see because she and I will be live. But we, unfortunately, will not be able to be live on Oracle Talk Radio Network right now. So... anyways, guys, you get me here just chatting with you anyways, guys. But I appreciate everybody that's been here so far. I appreciate everybody that's been watching the show so far. Like I said, I did not anticipate this to happen. But, things happen where it's a podcast. Anyways, guys. Anyways, but I appreciate it all. I'm really not sure what to say right now. Sorry, guys. I'm a little rusty. I've had a rough night. I didn't get home till late. But anyways. The most important question today is don't remember to ask how your mental health is today, guys. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, anyways, this is an open invite to anybody who's watching that would like to come on the show right now. You can pop in and take the spot right now. We are live on the show. I'm actually working on trying to figure something out right now. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm sorry for the unpreparedness here. I didn't expect somebody not to show up on me today right at the last second. I'm not sure if they're running late or they got the schedule mixed up. I apologize. I'm tired. I'm sorry. But anyways. Shit. Trying to think. There was something I was going to tell you. Oh, no, I don't remember now. But anyways, we got a jam-packed week. We are now officially booked out to May from Tuesday to Friday, time block. Mondays, we are still officially out to October. Things like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to announce to you. Not really much else, guys. I mean, I think we're just working on new branding logos here. Merchandise is coming. Yeah, I know. Oh, Jesus. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm having a rough day today. Anyway, so let's just do a quick update of some other things I've been talking about. There is a book deal coming up soon. I'm thinking about writing a book. I figured, why not? Why not write the story of my life? I figured it'd be a great idea, something like that. I haven't really figured out the logistics exactly of how I'm going to write it, but it's going to happen soon enough. I figure it's time. I would feel like it's just something I want to do, and I feel like we just need to. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm reading the comments over. I got somebody reaching out to our guest to see if we can find out where she's at. I did not have anybody on here, so I apologize. If y'all are watching, I appreciate y'all being here. Sorry. But the new logo is here. So anyways, guys, like I said, I appreciate everybody that's been watching up to this point. I'm working on some new stuff coming down the line. I have a jam-packed list of guests coming that are just really great. I do have some more authors on the way. Trying to think if there's anybody notable. We do have coming up. I'm looking at my schedule now, so I apologize. We have Katie Turner coming up this week as well on the 21st. The 25th, I have at 11 a.m. Alan Solis. 27th of March, we have Tiger Lily Gardenia. Nicole Richardson's coming. Derek Sloan, Tammy Green. All these great guests are coming down the line, guys, here for the show. So, see, that's my... If you want to, yeah. You don't have to be on the video. You have the link still I sent you? Sorry, guys. I'm having a little logistical nightmare here. You know what happens? Sometimes either people don't show up and it just kind of messes everything up for you. So I apologize. I should have been better prepared, but you know what? That's all right. It happens, guys. I am working on something right now. Actually, I might have somebody. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I am messaging somebody right now that I may have a fill-in guest. I just sent them a message, see if they're interested in jumping in here. I said, I apologize, guys. This was not planned. I am all... Anyways, guys, in case you missed some of our previous conversations, so let's recap some of the guests we've had in case y'all missed. Betsy Holmberg and I had a fantastic conversation on Friday about negative self-talk, which I think is really not talked about enough if you think about it. Like we have all this internal dialogue system where we sit there and we talk to ourselves and we just start like downplaying ourselves. Betsy and I go into a deep dive into that thing. It's kind of crazy because she was like, her and I were talking about how there's they just discovered another layer to your brain where it actually is the reason why that exists at all. And she said it was your left brain. But if you go and watch the conversation, let me tell you, probably the most in-depth conversation I've had to date, next to her and Catherine Giovanni, which is the day before. We were just having a blast, conversational wise, just chatting things up just between the two of us. It was awesome. I'm learning so much more, and if you guys watch that episode, Catherine and we have I have a major breakthrough when it happens. It's just great because I'm starting to learn more about myself as this show evolves, and I start to realize that I'm an empath, and I like, a lot of things start making sense. Okay, so ever since I interviewed a woman named Melanie, I have started to discover a lot of things about myself that are just really random. I could sense energy, hypersensitive energy, and things like that. It didn't make sense at first, and I had to explain it to myself. And it made more sense as I go. And as I dug deeper into it, I started discovering more things about myself. And it's been a great adventure. This show's been great, guys. I have so much planned coming up. Like I still can't even realize that I am all the way out to October, still on Monday. And then now I'm catching up slowly from Tuesday to Friday with just like it's just blowing my mind completely. It's great. Everybody wants to come on and share their stories and things like that. We did have another big major achievement last week when Wanda was here on Monday. She actually had the tied for the most viewers that ever watched the show at one given time. We had 10 viewers at the time when she was on, and her and Whitney both have tied for the most viewers on the show's history so far, which has been great. And things like that. So in case you're tuning in, my guest is nowhere to be found at this point. I'm sorry, but I apologize. But you get Pete. You get Pete here. We've just been doing a little recap, brand new logo in the background in case y'all see it. Everybody checking in. All right, we may have an update on where my guest is. See? Right there. Anyways, guys. But anyway, so for all you guys that are tuning in now, in case you know who I am, I'm Pete, host of the internationally renowned Pete vs. Anxiety. I'm heard in about 10 different countries currently. I've just discovered. I've been looking at my viewership, seeing where I'm at. I'm all over the place. Got a bunch of new guests coming up this week. We're actually booked out to May. Okay, didn't get an email, but all right. But anyways, we're out to May. That means Monday through Friday. I will be live as much as possible. I've been given permission to be as live as possible, so I do apologize for the lack of preparedness today. I did not anticipate my guest not being here. I am checking something right now, so I apologize. But anyways, guys, yeah, we're booked out to May at least. So this will be like a catch-up episode. We're basically just hanging out and everything like that. So I think my guest is coming. She's running a little behind, but it's fine. But anyways, in case y'all are just tuning in, we are officially booked out to May. That's right, guys. May, Monday through Friday to May. That would be either 9 a.m. to 11, but Tuesdays are the only day it won't be on double time because there's another show that's slated at around 11, 12, right around the Eastern Standard Time, because we work Eastern Standard Time for the station. I'm on Central Standard Time, so they're an hour ahead of me. So it's not too bad, But anyways, trying to think of something else I wanted to tell you. Not really, guys. But anyways, I want to know if anybody's watching. How's your mental health today? Sorry, guys. I am trying to figure out something here. Waiting on my guest to show up here. I believe she's still coming. By the way, Ash, I didn't get any email. I checked. I didn't see any emails come in. But anyways, guys, yeah. So, like I said, just me hanging out, answer any questions. If you all have any questions, I apologize for my lack of preparedness. I am just completely out of sync today, so I apologize. So, guys, I'm trying to figure something out here right now while I'm doing this. But anyways, oh man, I didn't prepare for this, guys. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I am completely lost this morning. I normally am prepared, but I apologize to you all right now. I am just having a rough morning. I woke up, but my mental health is good today, actually. I had a great time. So I had an anniversary with my wife yesterday. We spent it went out, did some stuff, hung out. It was great. It was great just to get away from everything, just turn off the world for once and not have to listen to everybody. And it's just crazy, Oh man. Anyways, guys, sorry, I'm trying to read something over here while I'm at it. But anyways, I I'm so lost. I am so sorry, guys. I am not prepared this morning again. Oh, all right. Anyways, I just wanted to talk to y'all about just your mental health in general, guys. I think there's a few things we need to cover. We need to cover the fact that self care is not enough. You guys don't do enough self care for yourselves, guys. In case you're tuning in, I guess there's nowhere to be found right this minute. I'm not sure what's going on. We're still trying to figure out the logistics side of this. I'm not sure if I'm not sure. Anyways, let's talk about self care here, guys. Self care could be anything that you can think of. Like, I know when people hear the word self care, they're like, "Well, what is self care, Pete?" It could be anything you enjoy, like watching a movie, playing that video game, reading that book, taking a walk, things like that. I think that a lot of people don't prioritize it and things like that, and it cracks me up that we have to tell ourselves to basically, to do these things, even though it's like we should prioritize ourselves. Number one, I think too many of us try to people please, which is, a lot of people try to do is just make people happy, things like that, all that great stuff and things like that. So, but it's just funny to me that we have to tell ourselves to do self care. Like, hey, put yourself forward before somebody else. Always, like your mental health should be the number one and only number one thing. If you feel like you're it's under attack, or you feel like somebody's basically making you feel away or having really bad thoughts and things like that, it's like now you need to prioritize yourself, because I think that a lot of people, when it comes to like suicidal ideations and things like that, um, people get nervous. Like, I think it's a conversation that is the hardest conversation to have. And I know that me and a couple of my guests have touched on it. And I feel like some of you all need to understand the following, that if someone comes to you and says something to you, at least they're talking to you. Okay. Let's get that point straight first. At least they're talking to you about these things, because they could sit there and not say anything to you and then unfortunately become a negative statistic. So they've chosen to tell you, hey, I'm having these thoughts, and I've had a couple of situations where that's happened. People text me and say, hey, Pete, I'm thinking about, killing offing myself, all that kind of good stuff. And I'm just like, my first question always is, okay, so what happened? And just try and get, let them just try and get them talking to you, because the more they talk to you, the better it is, because you want them to talk. You don't want them to act. You want them to talk. So, I mean, is it going to be a rough conversation? It's possible it could be. So keep that in mind and everything else. If you'd like to join, you can. Actually, go ahead. This will be an open conversation. Anybody else that's at home watching, if you guys want to join the show, come in and share your thoughts. I could shoot you a link right now. Let y'all come on and hang out and come talk to me. Whatever. My guest has not appeared, so I'm not sure what happened. We had a logistical mix-up. Things happen. But anyways, back to my conversational piece about suicide ideations. It's just like, I think it's interesting that people, when the conversation come up, tend to run away from the conversation, and I don't know why. I don't know why you all run away from it and go, "Oh no, I don't want to talk about it." It's like you throw your hands up. Oh, never mind. I want to talk about it. Okay. Like, I think you all need to understand that at least these people are talking to you. Let me emphasize that point 3 times for you. At least they're talking to you. Okay, they've come to you to talk to you about it. So now this is what you do in response. You listen. It may be the roughest conversation you ever had in your life, yes. But if you feel like they're getting to that point where they're serious, they're planning it, or they tell you they had a plan, 988. Joe, welcome, buddy. How you doing today? I'm kind of running solo today, brother, but I'm glad you're here. It's good to see you as always, my friend. But yeah, I think it's like taking a band-aid off, like when they start talking about it, it's like they rip off one of those like really good sticky band-aids and just kind of rip the hair off your arm, kind of thing like that. And I think that people need to understand is that, like we're going to say the 4 times, just because I don't think you can say this enough, that if they're talking to you, it is a good thing. Okay. I know it's a rough conversation for you to have. I know it's you want to panic, but don't panic, because if you start panicking, they'll start panicking and things like that. Oh, unfortunately, you're on your way to work, Joe. That's okay, buddy. You're not missing too much, man. I'm just kind of throwing together a show today. My guest unfortunately hadn't made it, so I'm kind of winging it today, brother. But I got a new logo set up and everything else. But I appreciate you popping in as always, Joe. I really do. Sorry. Anyways, but it's like I think that, what people don't realize is when they start talking to you about it, you just kind of want to like just listen, actively listen to them. Like, I mean, like engage the fact that they're saying something to you, because these people want to be heard. If they're telling you something, they want to be heard. Because that's usually the number one reason why these things start to happen is because they're like, oh, hey, well, I'm not being heard. I'm not being heard, or I'm feeling not unseen. I feel like I'm a burden to other people, and if you push them off, you're going to just reinforce that thought process for them even more. And it's horrible because it shouldn't be like that, guys. And you know what? A lot of people say, "Oh, well, ask your family." Some family members aren't as supportive, but they don't agree with it. They don't understand it, and a few other things. So, but it's just like, to me, it's just like it costs nothing to listen to somebody. You know what I'm saying? They're not asking you or not asking you to pay for their time or vice versa. You know what I mean? So just take a listen to what they have to say. And it's just like it's hard because I've been there at that edge before, like either looking over the edge, and me and Stephanie Aycock, we talked about this on my episode. If you have not seen that one from early last year, we had a real good, interesting conversation when it came to that. Stephanie had said the same thing I said. It's like looking over the ledge, and you're peering over the ledge, and it's like you're teeter-tottering, like you're ready to go, but you're not, kind of thing like that. And when you get to that point, it's hard. I'll be honest with you, man. I'll be the first one to tell you it's hard to do. It's just it's a tough subject, man. It is, and I've been there. I know what it's like. So I'm speaking from experience. I've had that thoughts a few times. I've been at the edge. I've been really at the edge a couple times, and it's rough, man. But it's a real conversation that needs to be had a lot of times, So and it's hard too because when you have depression, anxiety, and things like that, they start feeling it even more. My anxiety starts kicking up. My brain starts picking up 1,000 miles an hour, and it's like, if you could only realize what my brain does when it starts firing up, it starts going hyperdrive, and it takes off like a bullet. And it's hard, and it's really hard because sometimes I start getting it right. My heart starts racing and things like that too, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And a lot of times I can tell, but sometimes it's just like I'm just doing anything, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, and my heart just it starts picking up the pace, and it's like, which leads me into this past week. I actually had a panic attack. Was at work. I freaked the hell out. I don't even remember what it was. Something that just said everything just kind of felt like cataclysmically. It was just closing in on me, like it was just. And when I describe my anxiety to most people, I tell them it's like the movie Get Out. In case some of you haven't seen it, the scene is the gentleman is sitting in a chair. He's trapped. He can't get up. He's looking up into reality. He sees the reality above him, but the walls are closing in. A complete pitch black room. For all you gamers, Destiny, when you had to go in the pit with the guy I was hidden in there, basically similar kind of stuff. You had just a light coming from the middle of it, stuff like that. But it's just like the fact is that you're trapped, and like people want to help you, but some people don't know how to help you. And the reason I don't tell a lot of people when I'm dealing with it is because this is exactly right. It's going to lead me to my point now, is that this is what guy said to me. I told someone that I was having an issue. I was like, I'm freaking out, dude. Like, I'm literally freaking out in my brain. My brain's going overdrive. I'm freaking the hell out right now. And their response, I kid you not, was, well, just calm down. Yeah. Yeah. That right there is spoken in ignorance alone. That if you tell me to calm down when I'm having a complete meltdown, it's not going to help. Like I'm glad it's so easy for people to give that advice. Oh, well, no, it's not. It's not. You're not me. You don't know what I'm dealing with. And when I'm dealing with it, I was having the worst. Like I was freaking out, guys. I'm not going to kid you. And things like that. Yeah, Joe, it was bad, bro. I'm telling you. And I'm here to tell you all, it was just rough, man. I had a rough week. It's been a rough week, but I'm still here. I'm still doing the show. I still show up to do it every day. And this is probably the bright spot next to my wife, and there's a bunch of things that, but yeah, she told me to calm down. She's like, well, calm down. Well, guess what? It's so easy to say that when you're not the person freaking the hell out. And then does the worst thing ever. And I like to quote my buddy, Jim Ross. In case y'all know, Jim Ross is an announcer for, he was a major wrestling announcer back in the 90s, still is huge. He literally said the same thing when his wife died. He said, listen, I don't want to hear your fucking problems. I want to hear my wife just died. And don't get me wrong, nobody died, but it's the similar concept. You think about it, though. It's like, hey, I don't want to hear your fucking problems right now. I have my own issues. I'm freaking the fuck out. You're not helping by trying to throw more shit under the fire. You're throwing gasoline, You know, when you could be throwing sticks into the fire, you know what I'm saying? You're just igniting that. And I'm like, huh? And I'm having a complete meltdown out back. I'm standing out back talking to someone, and he's standing there watching me, and he looks at me, and he just starts saying, "Yep, yep." And he, you know, he understood. He understood what's going on. It's great when you have people you work with. There's one person I work with named Andrew. Shout out to Andrew, man. He's great. You know, things like that. It's just, you know, it's crazy. And it's just like, I just think that people need to understand that when somebody's having a freak out moment, that you need to understand that what you say next could really make a difference. Like, you know, you're sitting there telling me, oh, hey, it's okay. Hey, it's okay. It's not okay. Or don't chill out. Or all these other things. It's like you all think you're helpful and you're not. You're really not. So, but anyway, someone's going to probably join the conversation here in a minute. My good friend Ashley is going to probably join us just to have a conversation about just whatever. But anyways, back to my story. So I'm freaking out. Okay, I'm out back, just going full throttle at this point. I'm just brain is going 1,000 miles an hour. Yeah, listen, man. This right here. This right here. I want to point out Joe's comments right here. There's no genuine care. I feel. Damn right. Or they should be better training people how to handle these situations because I'm having a full blown meltdown. This woman's telling me her fucking problems. Like I get people have problems. Don't get me wrong. It's not the whole point. The point is I'm telling you that I'm freaking out. I need to step out for a minute. That you come out there to come tell me your problems. Oh, well, it could be worse. This. I don't give a fuck about your problems. As selfish as that sounds, I don't care. And all of you that are joining me right now, my guest unfortunately is not here today. I'm not sure what happened. We had some kind of mix up. I'm not sure, but I don't care. But you get to hear my life story of what's going on so far with me lately. But yeah, you know, um, I feel like a lot of people need to be trained better on how to handle these situations and things like that. It's like listen to what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I am having a complete meltdown moment, and you're over here telling me all your problems. And like, I get you have problems, you know, and the situation it's just stupid. If you really go to the root cause of the whole situation, the person's problem they had, I was laughing at because it's like it's so dumb. Because it's like your whole problem is because one person is an idiot in the conversation, you know. But it's like, but anyways, so I'm freaking out at this point, heart fully racing. And mind you, if you guess you haven't had a panic attack before, let me describe it to you. It's like having a heart attack. It's like your heart starts racing, you can't breathe hardly, you start really getting nervous and just start like, and it's different for everybody. Some people might experience it differently, but this is from Pete's perspective. This is how Pete has it. Like when it happens, it's the craziest thing ever, dude. And it drains you too. Like it's so you wouldn't think it's so draining, but it is draining because you're trying to, you know, you're simulating what it feels like a heart attack. I mean, it's just rough, man. It's hard to tell you all about this, but it's hard, man, because I'm reliving this thing in my head right now, and I'm freaking out as we speak because it's just like, but it's like it feels like somebody's taking your heart and just in your lung, and it's like you can't breathe. You start panicking. Hell, I'm starting to start sweating at some point in this conversation. This whole situation as it happens, like freaking out, you know, and it's just like I just don't get it, man. I don't get what people don't understand. When someone's telling you something, I'm telling you a situation's going on, your response is, hey, let me throw more fuel to the fire. Like, I don't care about your problems. Guys, welcome in, all you. I see we have 5 active viewers. Guys, if you want to comment, ask questions to me, anything else, want to say something, you know, I will show them here on the screen for y'all. I'm just kind of like, my guest isn't here. So I'm kind of winging it today. We're on a winging episode. In case y'all know, our brand new logo, if you guys can see in the background, it was actually done by one of the sponsors of the show. A brand new sponsor. I'm waiting to figure out which sponsor they want me to label them as. I'm not sure, but it's actually my brother. He had contributed to me. He sent me an image last night. I was out last night with my wife celebrating our anniversary ahead of time while we had time. And he donated that. And there's something else coming too. He donated a brand new setup for me. Like I'm talking, I got a whole new setup and everything else. Joe, thank you so much. I enjoyed it. I love the logo. It's so cool. So merch is coming down the line in case y'all still just tuning in. Merch is coming. I promise. I got it already over to my good friend Viciously Twisted. She's gonna handle the logistics of all of it on that side. I got a couple of different designs in the works. I'm definitely using this one in the background. There's a couple others that I submitted to her too as well. So we're getting all that figured out. So soon I'll have some information on that, everything else like that. And you know, and it's gonna be a real great time, you know. And you guys can order t-shirts, hats, whatever. Says she has them all. Sorry, guys. I got a message here. I'm trying to read. No, never mind. Nothing important. Anyways, back to my story. Anyway, so um, for all you that have never had a panic attack, like I said, it's like having a heart attack almost. Like it's like simulated. It's worse for me. It's worse because then my anxiety starts feeling everything. And I don't know. Maybe it was an anxiety attack. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I don't know. I could just tell you what it felt like. It felt like the walls are closing in. I was about to have a complete fucking meltdown. I almost passed out, I think, too, at one point because it was just like, your heart starts racing 1,000 miles an hour. And it was the worst experience ever in my life, man. It was rough. It was rough. I'm not gonna lie. And then it's so draining afterwards. Like, so after you spend all that emotion and everything else and you're freaking out and you're like, well, you know, I'm having this problem, and then it's so draining. Anyway, sorry. Random thought. It's so draining though, is my point. It's like you feel so like tired. Like you thought you just ran a marathon. To me, that's what it feels like. But then like I said, like I always tell everybody, any of these mental health issues you have kind of change depending on what setting you're in. And everybody has their own problems, and things like that, and it's hard. It's really hard, man. It is. And it's just like, it's hard when you don't have people around you to understand what's going on. And like, I'm not asking everybody to be sympathetic to what I deal with. It's just like when I tell you there's a problem, don't sit there and fucking tell me, act like your problems are bigger than mine, because I honestly don't care. I really don't. I know it sounds selfish, but it's all right. But we're back to the point of self-care. Worry about yourself first. And negative talk. I'm telling you guys, in case any of y'all are tuning in, you have not seen the episode, me and Betsy Holberg, you guys need to watch it. Like, talk about in-depth conversation. We literally were talking for an hour about negative talk. And in the episode, Betsy reveals that they discovered that there's another layer to your brain that basically feels a lot of that stuff. And a lot of times, thank you so much. Joe says, in case you're listening to this on the audio side, Joe says, I can never do what you do. I give you and people like you a bunch of credit. Thank you so much, Joe. I actually enjoy it, man. Let me tell you, I love it. Every new guest I get to meet is a new opportunity to learn something new. And I tell all my guests the same thing, and like me and Betsy were talking about, she was talking about there's another level of your brain. They just discovered it too now. Now, this is not something that's been known. This is something they just discovered. And I was like, this is so fascinating, because she was like, yeah, we just unlocked a new level of your brain, and then how they say we only use a certain percentage of our brain, which is true. Like, could you imagine if we used the whole thing? The abilities we could have, like maybe some like X-Men like abilities, like think about it, because the brain is so powerful. It's so controlling everything. It just, it's hard to talk to anyone, let alone podcast. Joe, trust me, man, it's not that bad. Listen, man, if I have some earlier stuff I used to do, it was called Pete's Corner Store, Joe, and it was great. But it's not really hard, man. When you start talking to people, it's great. The conversation's engaging, do a little research. But I'm using a brand new site, by the way, in case anybody's seen my post. I am using Podmatch now, mostly to book most of my guests. Starting October, I'm going to try to do a little different format setting. I think we're going to lose the 3 p.m. I'm going to do just one day on Monday. We're going to just do a Testimonial Monday kind of thing in honor of my friend Ash, who started the whole Testimonial Thursday thing. I forgot my wife and gave me a great idea for the name. But anyways, here's the plan going forward now. I'm going to reveal it to everybody right now. Everybody's listening. All 4 of you that are listening right now. So basically what is happening is, come October. Oh, there she is right there. What's up, buddy? Welcome in. Anyways, we can hear you. Hello, caller. Where are you tuning in from?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome, my buddy Ashen, the sidekick. So what do you think of the new logo? You like it?
I put a little new name under my name.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's why I said that.
Put a headline. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wait, I could put a headline? Yes. Hello. Right. How are you? How is your mental health today, Pete?
Oh, I'm okay today. It's been a rough week. I don't know what happened to our guest today. In case anybody tuning in, our guest is no-showed. I'm not sure where she's at. I'm not sure what the exact reason. What was the reason? I didn't see her email. So we're kind of doing a winged show today, guys.
So she said, like, I don't want to be in the middle or anything, but she just said that she emailed you yesterday. And I said, I will let them know.
Anyway, she's cutting out, so.
Okay. Take this. Am I cutting out?
You are getting out really bad.
Nothing.
This is
Hello.
great.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you now. Where are you driving
How
to?
about now? Is
Now
nothing
we can
going to
hear
work
you.
now? Can you hear me?
We can
Oh,
hear you.
yay. Okay. Anyway, she basically said that she emailed you yesterday, and I told her I would let you know. And she asked if I could take one for the team. And I said I would call you. But of course, I'm driving in snow, and I drove my daughter to school, and then I didn't have any connection. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of stuck. So, but here I am. I'm here now.
Welcome into the conversation. You hear my story about my complete
Yeah.
meltdown I had at work? That shit was crazy.
I heard that. That's crazy. And who said that to you? Was it your manager?
Yeah, my boss above me. So she told me, she said, I need to just
Wow.
relax. It'll be okay. Just relax. I'm like, yeah, I wish that's how it worked, unfortunately.
And what was your response to that when she said that?
Oh, I wouldn't even respond to her after that point. I was just
Oh,
having
okay.
a complete meltdown. The guy that I was talking to, he understood what was going on. He's just standing there watching me race back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was a complete meltdown. Like I'm talking to you when I say meltdown, I was running, walking back and forth, just going on. And I don't even remember what I was even yelling about. I was just flipping the fuck out at that point. I was just like,
oh no.
full Karen, full Brightzilla, if y'all want a comparison. So
wow. Yeah, I've had panic attacks and they're no joke. So
I don't know if it's a
crazy.
panic attack or anxiety attack. I couldn't tell the difference of which one it was, honestly, but it was the worst experience of my life.
Can you recall, like, thinking back, what even set you off?
I don't know. I just had a rough night. Just everything cataclysmic. I had two new people. One guy is on the spectrum. So, okay, so let's cover this really quick. When you're dealing with people on the spectrum, I think it's harder to talk to them like normal people. And I know it sounds messed up because it's like, they don't understand completely of what you're saying.
Right.
And things like that. So like I trying to explain to this person that, hey, I need you to do this a little more or do something else for me. It's just like, it's rough because it's like, how do you talk to them without upsetting them? Because I don't want to upset them. And then them have, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not trained for these kind of things. And I feel like my boss is like, well, we're going to take a risk here. I'm like, don't get me wrong. I love meeting new people that are on the spectrum because they're so brilliant, but it's like, I don't know how to deal with it. Like, I didn't know what to say to this person because it's like, you don't want to be too hard on them and then them take it to heart.
Yeah.
And think that you're picking on them and shit like that because it's just like, it's a double-edged sword, dude.
I honestly don't think it's just people on the spectrum, I mean, even people with certain mental illness, like I know we were talking a little bit about bipolar. Sometimes you got to watch, how you confront people about, when you're talking to them as well. I mean, obviously with my past, I'm really good about walking on eggshells, but it's not always best for my mental health either.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it's a double-sided, it's a double-edged sword, as I have to say.
Right.
Because for both of us, it's like, and you're panicking, you don't know what to say to this person. And when it comes to it, it's like, oh, okay. And then, it's fun. It's fun.
Right.
Anyway, so the new logo's up. Merch is coming.
I love it. I love that logo.
This was like a 10 o'clock hour type thing that came in last night. I was at the casino with my wife, and then all of a sudden, I get this weird message from my brother, and I don't talk to him much. Like I don't like I just don't communicate with a lot of people. So he messages me, "Hey, look," sends me this logo, and this is what he appeared. The logo in the background you see was right there, and I was like, "Oh shit, okay, I like that. That's really cool." Yeah. And then he gifted me a whole setup.
Oh, you were telling me that. Yeah.
Like I'm talking a full on setup like you get at a photo shoot at your school, kids photo shoot type thing.
Wow. That is cool.
That'll be coming soon. So I'm still trying to figure out where exactly I'm going to set that up. So
that's nice.
My wife and I were looking at it going, what are we going to do with this? I'm like, I don't know. We'll figure it out, man. We got to play lights to play with the cool shit. So
yeah, I like it. I saw it this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so perfect.
Yeah. He said consider it a sponsorship. So I was going to shout him out. I don't know what sponsorship he wanted because he runs a lot of multiple businesses. So he was like, I think this morning I just saw his post. He had just bought a winery. So I was like, oh shit. Okay.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been running.
Does he live by you or where does he live?
No, he lives in Wisconsin. I think he's where he's at now.
Oh, okay.
If I remember right, him and his wife live in Wisconsin.
Uh-oh. Pete, how did I lose you? Where are you at? I feel like I'm the only one on the show now. There you are.
All right, I'm back.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, you said I'm the only one on the show. Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
I don't know why my camera's not working, but okay.
It's all the technical difficulties this morning, isn't it? You scared me there for a minute. I was like, wait, I'm just Pete's sidekick. I'm not supposed to be talking on his show. Uh-oh.
I am just having issues beyond belief, guys. I don't know what happened to the camera. It just went down on me, but I'm still here.
That's weird. Huh. Interesting. Okay, well.
This is the disaster. We're going to label this one, what a disaster episode. That's what we're going to call it.
We'll just roll with the punches. It's okay. We got this.
I think I'm back now. Ah, there we go. I got it back.
Oh, there you are. That was so
sorry.
weird.
This is a very cursed episode. That's okay. It's all right. It happens. We have this shit episodes.
It's St. Patrick's Day. It's not supposed to be cursed.
Well, it's this right now, goddammit, okay? It's cursed.
Wow. This is like one of those episodes where you like take
oh my
out
god,
all the
funny story time.
parts.
For all of you that have not seen this episode, the second week of the show, this exact thing happened. Okay, so I was interviewing a woman named Vanessa Perry. She came back on, and we were having a great conversation. All of a sudden, the internet just kicks off, and I was using Wi-Fi, and I didn't realize I need to hardline my computer because I thought the Wi-Fi was strong enough to handle it. But oh no, no. So for like the hour, I'm literally dicking around the camera trying to get it to come back on and off, and I'm just like, no.
I feel like this is a bloopers episode.
Oh, dude, that's what we're gonna call it, the blooper episode. Yes. That's exactly what I'm gonna change the title of this one to, the blooper episode. It's okay, we can have a blooper episode. All the professional people are during the week, but Mondays, yes. So anyway, so me and Ashley were talking about the Mondays. I was talking to you about having just lining people up, just do strictly testimonies on Monday. I think I'm gonna go to one time slot. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
So, and then the other thing I was talking to you guys about that I'm still figuring out the logistics out too. So, in case anybody wants to know, I invited Ashley to do actually, Aaron suggested a panel to me to have all the ladies come on and discuss it with me, which I was fine with that. But I was thinking spin-off show for you guys is basically have all 6 of you sit there, pick a topic, record it, and talk about it, and I'll post it on the channel and everything too for y'all.
Oh, I love that.
Because I can put the audio side up too.
We had been talking about with you doing a podcast sort of thing, but I felt like a lot of us just weren't ready to do like a daily type of deal, So it's hard to get 6 women on the same page, if you know what I mean.
Listen, you said it, not I. You said it, not I. This I want to let y'all know. Y'all didn't know it.
So we had already talked about doing like, an every other week type of thing where we got together and we just had a TikTok, like we did the other night, basically. Mm-hmm. But then Aaron must have brought it up to you, and I'm like, okay, that's a great idea. Yeah, I think that would be cool.
The original idea she had brought up to me was that she said that I should have all you guys come on.
Yeah.
And do like a panel type thing. And I talked to my wife about it too, and she was like, she might actually do it too when we get that figured out, because she was talking about being a part of it as well. Because she was like, maybe we'll pick, because me and her were talking about recording something too, and we're like, oh yeah. She's like, I said we should just pick a topics or topics and just sit there and debate it between the two. Let's just talk about it, get both sides of the conversation type deal.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So your wife is interested in being part of your podcast too. Oh, we lost Pete again. This is the bloopers of the day. Oh, there he is. Oh, nope.
Again, this problem again. I swear to God, dude. This is the blooper episode. I swear, we're with the blooper episode. But yeah, she's thought about joining in conversation with us.
I love it. That's so cool.
The oops, it's a blooper episode.
Yeah, it wasn't planned or anything.
Right. Right, it's okay. It happens. So, but yeah. So we were talking about doing something too, because I was like, yeah. I had mentioned Aaron's idea of like, hey, having a bunch of people come do like a panel thing. And her only thing was like, she's like, I don't want to like TikTok where 6 people are trying to talk at once. I'm like, no, that's not how panels work.
Yeah.
Speaking of panels, I've got to mention, in case anybody hasn't seen it, that my Holocaust survivor panel is up now too. Y'all can go watch it. It was a very interesting conversation, needless to say.
That was an interesting conversation. I loved how at the beginning of that, like he really wanted to tell you guys the whole story from start to finish. Like he
Ben
was
was
really
awesome.
about to, he was really about to do it. And
Yeah,
then I
poor
don't,
Keegan. You're watching poor Keegan just freak out the whole time. He's like, "Oh
yeah,
God, what do I do?
I
What do I
know.
do?"
How do you tell somebody we don't want to hear your whole story right this second, but we have questions lined up for
No,
you?
he told him prior to the back scene. You don't see his daughter. You'll see at one point in the conversation he's talking to somebody in the back scene,
Yeah.
and she's in the producer's chair, which is his daughter that's in another room because they're in the same house together. So I guess she's Ben's caretaker because he's old enough he probably needs a caretaker. But
Right.
she's in the back talking, and he's like, you see him at one point having dialogue with her. I'm like, dude, they can't see her, bro. You just told.
Yeah.
And he's like, he told him beforehand, "Hey, okay, Ben, so we're gonna have you come in, introduce yourself, whatever." He's explaining it to him. Ben's just like, let me tell you the story how this goes. I'm like, bro, you
Right.
could just talk, and you could just see the enthrallment of Hillary, who actually will be on the show I think this month she's gonna be on the show. This month or next month she's coming. But Hillary's sitting there smiling away because me and her are just like, yeah, just keep saying whatever you want to say at this point, man.
Right. I know. I was
I'm
cracking up.
like,
I mean,
but
I
Hillary,
was.
is like the look on Hillary's face is so great because she's just so. I'm just like, girl, I'm right there with you. I'm like, let's let this man talk. It's just when he started talking about how they were throwing kids in fire pits at 10
I
years old, I was like, bro,
know.
what the hell is going on here?
Right. I
It's
mean, it would.
insane.
Did you guys get to hear the whole story from like behind the scenes from
No,
start to
I didn't
finish?
hear the
No.
story. I invited him to come on the show, though. He said he would come on. So I'm still working on
Oh,
getting
good.
something set up with him. I
Yeah.
invited everybody else on the panel. One of the ladies actually in the panel is actually going to be on the show. She's already scheduled. Tanya Eckenberg, which was the energy healer lady in the top. You hear him reference at one point. She's going to be on the show, too.
Okay.
It was funny. Her and I found out that we were both on Podmatch together, and she was like, "I'm like, hey, let's just set up to this so we both get the review." And she's like, "Yeah, I like this
Oh,
idea."
wow. Yeah. How cool. Yeah,
So
I was listening to his story and I was like, gosh, I would love to hear the story,
he's
because
got
yeah.
there's a website for that too. He's got a website that they mention in there that you
Okay.
can go on. There's a virtual Ben on there, and you can ask it questions. Like the AI in this thing is so intelligent
Oh
that
my
you can
God.
ask questions. And and the takeaway from the whole thing is, I could just like imagine everything he's been through, but his only message
Yeah.
was stop hating each other.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, damn, bro, like everything this man has seen, all his other siblings are dead.
Right.
Watching
Oh
kids get
my
thrown in
God.
fire pits, and this man's been through two camps, and he's all he wants is the world to love each other. Like what?
Yeah. That's insane. Yeah.
Like
Wow.
that's a man of character. Like he's gonna be gone when he's gone, man. He's truly Captain America. Really, at this point, think about it. He may
Yeah.
not be from America, but that's truly Captain America right there.
Yeah. That is really cool.
So,
Yeah.
where are
That's,
you heading to?
well, now I'm sitting in my driveway, but I had to take my daughter to school and it was snowing. So
It snows
that's
in California. Jesus, I didn't know that.
where I'm at because I'm up by Tahoe. So, yeah, we don't get a ton of snow, but I'm about an hour from Tahoe. So an hour from Sacramento, an hour from Tahoe, and we get snow here. So I think today is the last day of snow, which doesn't bother me because we don't get a whole lot, but it can be aggravating when you actually have to go somewhere.
Yeah, too. I can see that. I don't miss snow at all. I'm here in Texas. I don't get much snow. Or we get
Right.
what they think is snow. It's like this little flurry crap, and then you start freaking out, like, "Oh God, gotta shut everything down! Hurry up, everybody!"
I mean, that's kind of how they act here too, because it's California. So it's like as soon as the snow starts dropping on the ground, like all the buses can't drive anymore. And I'm like, are we serious? Come on now, guys, get it together. So yeah, I'm
Just get it
home
together
now.
like this episode. I got to get it together.
Right?
It's just
We've
God.
got it together here.
I'm telling you, this one
Um,
made me laugh though. This one made me laugh though because it reminded me of week 2. It's like we're bound to have an episode where it just crashes and burns. This be the episode where we premiere the new logo and everything else. And it's all right. It happens
yeah.
though, man. Welcome to the world of podcasting. It's fun.
I love it. I love
I'm
it.
just like, oh God.
So what else do you have on your schedule today?
Nothing really, honestly. I'm gonna be honest. After I get off here, my other person canceled at 3, so I'm like, good. I'm going back to bed after this. I'm not gonna lie to
There you
y'all.
go. That's what I
I
was
didn't
about
get
to
home
say.
until like 3 or 4 in the morning for the casino. I passed
Oh
out.
gosh. Did you guys win anything?
No, it was a fun time though, man. We were still there. I mean, it wasn't even about winning, really. Honestly, we went for our
Yeah, it was
anniversary.
just
It was
fun.
just something to
Yeah,
do.
that's good.
So, because our anniversary is technically next month on April 6th, but it's like, well, we have time now. Let's go do it now. So we
Oh,
just dropped the kid off and shot another hour and a half drive over to the casino in Oklahoma.
wow.
And when I tell you this thing was massive, I'm talking like this is like a city size like casino, dude. Like it was
Wow.
insane.
Wow, crazy. It takes an hour and a half to get to your closest casino?
Yeah. Well, in Texas,
Wow.
Texas doesn't have legal gambling here.
Oh, okay.
Actually, technically from my house to it wouldn't be, but where we were at, we were on the east side of Dallas because that's
Yeah.
where we dropped the little one off with her dad. So she went back home for, because she was here for spring break. So she went back to her dad. So my wife was like, so, and when she said so, I
Uh-huh.
literally wanted to tell her, listen, I can explain why that Animal Channel Planet thing was on, or something weird.
Yeah.
And she was like, what? I was like, that's what I wanted to tell her. I was like, let me tell you, when you said so to me, I said, this is what I
Yeah.
wanted to say. She just didn't really say much.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like behind the back scenes, everybody, I say random things to my wife just to see if she'll respond. And I'm sure 90% of the time she's like, what the hell?
Oh, I love it.
So, and it's just like,
Yeah. Well, at least you guys had a good night, good
yeah.
day.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it was great. We went to this, there was nice too. It's like a little city though. It had like all these different restaurants in there, and every place we went, one place is like, well, it's gonna be 15 minutes for the burgers. I'm like, huh?
Oh gosh.
How he's like, we're backed up. I'm looking around the dining room. You're looking around like, there's nobody here, dude. Everybody's eating. What are you talking
Oh
about? The
my
only people
gosh.
orders is, what do these people in the front order? A massive order or something that you can't
Yeah.
handle? 15? And then we eventually ended up at this like pub style fish and chips thing. They had really good food on, and the prices surprisingly weren't bad at all. Like you would think for a casino, the prices would be so high,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
really weren't. Hats off to WinStar Casino, man.
Oh wow.
It
Huh.
was nice. It's
That
freaking
is,
awesome though.
yeah, I think the casino that is near us, the only thing they have is like one of those all you can eat places, and it's like $90
Yeah.
a, it's
Yeah, but
crazy.
what's on it for $90? That's the question.
So
Now it's got to be massively good stuff, though.
it's usually they usually have their lobster night where you can do like all you can eat lobster.
Okay,
So
so that makes sense.
yeah, they do like a shrimp type thing and all the different kinds of seafood, and it's $90 a person, which we have gone once and it was good, but it's like afterwards you're like, I just spent $90 to eat. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting really weird lately about like going out and eating when we have food in the house, because it's so expensive. It adds up very
Oh
quick.
god, it's stressful too because it's like, dude, everything costs more, and it's
I
like,
know.
oh, it's
I know.
especially you guys where you guys are at. It's crazy because my buddy's
Yeah.
in Sacramento. I don't
Uh-huh.
remember what part he said he's in, but he said he's in Sacramento. He tells me how much it costs. I'm just like,
Yeah.
what? He's like, gas here's like $5, but it's like $3, like under $3 here. And he goes, what? Like, yeah,
Wow. Yeah, luckily, my where I work, they pay for our gas, so that makes it kind of nice. But yeah, it's crazy. Like I don't know how much rent is out by where you guys are, but I don't know what my daughter's gonna do when she gets old enough to rent because it is nuts out here.
get a roommate. That's what I did.
Right,
I had a roommate for the longest time. That was a disaster too.
right. I think
Apparently, the guy
like,
was selling drugs out of my house too. How about that one for a fun
oh
story?
wow, wow, that's interesting. And did you find that out later?
Well, I knew he partook in a little of the
Yes.
greenery. That was
Yeah.
different. I was like, okay, he got some, and other people needed some, so he was making a little
Yeah.
extra. Okay, that was cool. But then I find out he's going to he's selling like pills and everything else out of my
Oh,
house. Like,
wow.
no, 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 no,
Right.
no, no, no,
Oh my gosh. Wow.
no, 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 no,
Have
sir.
have you lived in Texas all your life?
No, actually, I'm originally from Chicago.
Okay.
Actually, Chicagoland area. In case my buddy DC's listening, because he likes to complain. You can't say Chicago if you're not born. He didn't live in Chicago. I'm like, whatever, fool. Mention 90% of those other cities in that state, and guarantee nobody knows what the hell you've been talking about at this point.
Yeah. Um,
No,
so do you like Texas or do you have plans to ever leave Texas or
my wife's got kids here, so technically I'm here
yeah.
because of her. It's bad. We actually had two grandbabies too, so
Oh my gosh.
actually have one, and the other one believe is due next month.
Oh wow, that is insane.
Grandpa here, everybody.
Oh my gosh. Pete is a grandpa.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. You're telling
That's
me. And then the 4-year-old's like restarting over again. So
right. Oh my gosh, that's insane. And
yeah.
then do you only have one?
I have 4 daughters actually altogether. One actually was adopted, which that
Okay.
story will be revealed later on. It's a whole
Uh-huh.
story that goes with that, but I was not a positive person as always am now. So I
Okay.
can't reveal too much because you got to save it for the book. We don't want to tell everybody the story. You got to
Right.
save it for the book, obviously. Yeah, but
Right.
anyways, I'm writing a book too, so I
Yeah,
haven't really
you.
started it yet. But it talked about with several different people. Even a couple of the authors I talked to were like, "Hey, do you need any help? Let me know." So I'm like, "All right,
Yeah.
cool. Why not?"
And didn't that Holocaust guy that you guys just talked to, didn't he? Doesn't he have a book too?
Mm-hmm. Ben, yep.
Yeah, that might be interesting to read. Maybe that would tell his whole story.
I got somebody else sending me another book. I'll look it up right now. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's like From Thriving to Surviving or something like that, or Surviving to Thriving. I believe is how it was put up.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying to see which I got all my guests here because what you don't see on the other side here is I have a list of people that are with their different messages.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what this young lady's book was called now. I think it's called so From Surviving to Thriving. I believe is what it's called, but she's gonna send me a signed copy
Oh, where
too.
did my sound go?
Oh no.
Hold on.
Oh no, we lost her, everybody.
Oh,
Welcome to
come
the
on.
disaster
Where's my
episode of Pete
sound?
versus Anxiety. Guess everybody's tuning in. Hasn't seen it so far. We're just kind of having a throwaway episode today. So just nothing but a show.
There we go. I hear you again.
There we go. Robin has returned, everybody. Robin has returned.
My goodness. What a night or what a day.
But yeah, so I have her coming on. I'm trying to think. I can't think of her name is right this second, but I do have her. She wrote the book From Surviving to Thriving. It has to do with like domestic violence and things like that. So you may relate to this book a little bit from
Yeah.
some of your story.
Uh-huh.
The name of her book is just slipping my brain right now. But yeah, I had mentioned in the pitch when I pitched it to her, I was like, hey, um, what was I said? Hey, what about like this? And if a signed copy showed up at my door, cough cough, would be great. Since you've been on the
Yeah.
show or whatever. And she was like, oh, I think I can make that happen for you.
Oh,
I was like,
cool.
let's go, everybody.
Right. That's neat.
I'm not asking for handouts from people, but it's just great. Like I like keeping little things for it because the eventual plan is when I get a studio set up, I want to keep a lot of the stuff right behind the imagery. Well, I
Oh,
don't know. Now that I got the whole setup coming, I'm not sure what I'm going to do now because that's going to be a little different.
are you changing like your background stuff that you have in your?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
This
Oh,
whole thing back here,
yeah.
hopefully when I get it all figured out, won't be there anymore.
Okay.
I mean, I love it that my wife bought that for me and put it up a little thing for me. She knew
Yeah.
how serious I was about this. I came home one day and everything was set up and with a little note and everything like that. And I still keep it's around me. I have it somewhere around here. It's put in one of my books somewhere. I hold on
Oh,
to, but she left me a note and everything, and
I
could
love
show her
it.
support for it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
That's
she got this, and then she suggested to get the lights. So I got this recently. I have more LED lights I haven't even set up yet, so I might wait till the other setup comes and figure out how I'm going to put them up.
okay.
But
That's
when
cool.
I'm telling you, it's like you've seen the picture. It's fucking massive. I'm like, oh, man, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this fun stuff, man. I'm going to have so much stuff to do in here.
Oh my gosh. So will
Because
your logo be behind you, the one that you're showing right now?
you know what? I'm going to see if I can do it like that. I think one of them is a green screen from what I've seen. In
Uh-huh.
that picture, it shows a green screen. So I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get it to work like that.
Yeah, that would be neat.
So,
Yeah. And at some point, maybe you could put a little like bookcase or something with all of your memorabilia type stuff on it.
want to get the space for it. Yes, that's the plan.
Yeah, that's cool.
Eventual plan is I want to get a separate studio kind of set up so I can just have everything set up and have it set up back there and stuff like that. And,
Right.
at least I know where I'm taking the Christmas pictures this year, everybody.
Right. That's funny.
All the
Yeah.
lights and everything else, too. So, but
I
yeah.
just got I just bought a light to go behind me and it hasn't come yet. I think it's coming today, but it says AK's mommy on it.
Oh,
Believe
that's
it
right. You
or
did tell
not.
me the neon.
Yeah.
You'll have to send me where you got that because I should look at doing one of those too. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Because I can adjust the camera view a little bit more to like this and just have it set up like right there.
Yep.
Like different possibilities of setups, because I can adjust the camera a little bit because I'm working off a
Yeah.
laptop right now, but the eventual plan is to get a full desktop setup. So because
That's
it'll be a
cool.
little more powerful so I can run things. But the camera is new. I got that one. My dad gifted me the camera. I
Uh-huh.
was like, all right, awesome. Works for me.
Nice. I love it. Very nice. Yeah. I'll have to see what it looks like. Hopefully it comes today. I would really like to get it up and going because I don't like the lighting that I have on there right now. It flickers and it's too much. So I'm like, I just want to do something a little bit more simple, but leave that little tree up and see what happens. So
Right.
I almost messed up and I forgot about, when it's flipped the other way. you have to flip it the other way for the people that are looking on, unless you want to flip your camera, which makes me feel really weird when you change it around. So I had to make the sign backwards, and thankfully I remembered that because otherwise it would have looked really weird. So
it looks
yeah.
so ass backwards. They're like, what
I
is
know. You guys would be like, wait, what? Yeah. Well, you're gone again. Your face is gone. So Pete. I guess I'm taking over Pete. I'm hijacking Pete's show right now. Hopefully. Oh, there he is. Never mind.
You're not hijacking anything, okay?
You were gone.
I don't know what's going on with this. I'm figuring this out. Anyways, this has just been a disaster episode. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up this episode. We're going to call it the very blunderful something episode. I don't know what, but it's all right. But thanks for coming to hang out with me for a little bit.
Yeah, no problem.
I will go check my emails and see if we can figure out what happened there. But anyways, it was bound to happen,
Yeah.
Well, we got to reveal a new logo. That's all that matters,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also check your Discord because I sent you something there.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right, so I'll double check it out, guys. I'm Pete for Society. Y'all know where to find me. I'm on pretty much everything. X down to TikTok. Everybody thanks my friend Ashley for showing up again, the sidekick. If you guys want to check her out, her name is listed right there. AK Mommy. She's on TikTok. Really great lives. You can go hang out with her. She's usually on Pacific Standard Time, so keep that in mind when she does go live. She's usually later on in the night for us Central Standard guys and stuff like that. But go hang out, meet some new people, things like that. If y'all want to join the Discord, I do have a link in my bio down here below and everything in the description of this video to join the Discord. There's a link for all that kind of stuff. Merch is on the way. I'm still getting all the logistics figured out and stuff like that. But, as soon as I have all that, I'll definitely inform everybody. And as always, I like to say, cost nothing. Absolutely nothing to be kind to somebody. One kind act you could do could save somebody's life. Hell, you can even make their day. I'm Pete for Anxiety signing off saying, hey, don't ask how your day is. Ask how your mental health is today.